Hello everyone and welcome back to another tutorial. In this video I'm gonna show you how to make your text look a lot better. So the first thing you're going to do is make a new thing in Photoshop. Make it 1280 by 720, or you can make it as however you want. And we will just create this as tutorial. Now I've already made a text, so if you haven't made a text, you should check out my other tutorial where I show you how to make a really good text. So what you want to do is you can have whatever background you want, but I'm just gonna have a black background. So I have a black background and now I'm just gonna place my text. Alright, so we got the text and now we'll go over the top 5 things that I do to make my text look a lot better. Tip number 1 is using the brush tool. And we're gonna use the brush tool to make the color more light and more visible. So we're gonna take the brush tool, pick the white color, make a new layer over it, and we're gonna make this smaller, and we're gonna have the hardness on 0%. And then you're just gonna brush the whites. So now that you got, you don't have to be really precise, but you have to hit like merely the text that you want. So when you got that, you're gonna click on this normal thing and you're gonna make it to soft light. You don't see a lot of difference, but when you click back to back, you will see that it's much more lighter. And now you're just gonna create clipping mask and you're gonna do the same thing with the red. And once you've done that, you just do the same thing, click soft light, and there you have it. Tip number 2 is to make shadow and contrast. So we're just gonna use the brush tool again, but this time we're gonna use a black and white. So we're gonna start off with the black color, make this a bit bigger, maybe 200 for this one, and you're just gonna make a new layer, which I've already done, and you're gonna have it over to text. So you're gonna make this maybe 260, and you're just gonna start brushing under here so you can see that it gets a bit darker. You may have it a bit bigger, that's completely up to you. You see that it's a bit dark, and you will switch to white, and you'll do the same thing for the top up here. And also you will have clipping mask. Once you're happy with the result, you're just gonna click this one again and click soft light. So now you can see that there's shadow underneath and a light on top. Tip number 3 is using the filter gallery. So what you're gonna do is click on the text right here. You're gonna Control and J so it duplicates. You could also just click Control C, Control V, and then we'll have it up at the top right there. What you're gonna do is go to Filter, Filter Gallery, and you will go to Stylize, click on Glowing Edges, and click OK. You can always experiment with this, but yeah, let's just try something. We're gonna click on this normal, and we're gonna put it to overlay or soft light if you want that. I'm gonna put it to overlay, you can see a bit more. What you're gonna do then is click on the eraser tool, and of course you're going to rasterize your layer in order to erase. So you're gonna take this down a little bit, and you're just gonna have the hardness to 0%. Now you can just remove some random parts so that it's not too much. Just remove the parts that you don't really like. Now you can see a bit of a difference, and it's looking really good. The second thing you can do in a filter gallery, if we just hide this, Control J this, put it at the top, go to Filter, Filter Gallery, you will click on Sketch, and then Chrome. Chrome is also looking really good, and you can use any of these, whatever you would like. And then you're gonna go to Normal, and then overlay. We have the same thing here. We're just gonna rasterize the layer, have it on the eraser tool, and just erase some parts that you don't really like. The fourth tip is to liquify or warp the text. So you can just Control J if you want to experiment and just hide this first one. And you're just gonna go to Filter, and of course you gotta rasterize your layer first and then click Liquify. You can do a lot here. You can do small changes like just playing around and dragging it around, or you can make a little bit bigger changes where you just drag it around and make it really liquefied. It depends on what you like and what you want to do with the text. But here's a tip you can do. So you can, if you want to delete this, just click Control C. And what you're gonna do now is Control and T. You're just gonna right click and you can click on Warp. Now this is good if you want the text to be placed on like a wall or something, and you will just drag it like where you want the text to be. So if there's like a wall here, you can just drag it and make it look a bit more in perspective. Of course, it depends on where the wall is and how you want it to look, but that's another tip for you. The last and fifth tip is really cool if you want to have like a water or mirror effect. You will just have the text and Control and J, and you will take the one under it and Control and T. What you're gonna do then is flip vertical. You're gonna drag this down and match where it is. I'm kind of looking like at the T's here, where does it hit the most, and around like right there. What you're gonna do then is just take the opacity or fill if you'd like down to maybe 20%, and you will use the eraser tool. Now of course you have to rasterize the layer, make this a bit bigger, and you will just start erase. And now it kind of looks like it's standing on something, and there's the mirror for it. So there it is, my top 5 tips for making your text look a lot better. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you in the next video.